A tax punch is coming. Be prepared. And I've got bad news for you and good news for you when it comes to your retirement money. The bad news is every penny you spend in retirement is going to have to come to you after it's gone through the grid of the U.S. tax system. You're going to have to pay tax on everything. The good news is, with the proper planning, you can put that into the right bucket now so that it can be to your advantage as to how you pay tax, how much you pay tax, and the punch won't be nearly as bad. Hey, I want to welcome you to today's show. I'm Tom Mosley, founder of Mosley Wealth Management, and I promise you every show that if you'll give me 8 to 10 minutes, I'll do my best to build your financial knowledge and help you ease into retirement. So today, we're going to talk about taxes. We're going to talk about getting punched. We're going to talk about where your money is right now and how you might want to get it into the right bucket. And be sure to stick around to the end because I'll tell you some strategies to get it into the bucket you want, even if you've already put it in the wrong bucket. Okay? So here we go. Today, we're going to talk about 3 buckets of money in retirement. Retirement money, money that you've put away, you've saved to use in retirement. The first bucket is what we call the taxable income bucket or the income taxable bucket, or I've also heard it called the after-tax money. Now, here's why. You've already paid tax on the bulk of it. For instance, your paycheck is probably the simplest way to explain that because you get this big gross amount. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to get paid. Remember your first paycheck? You were going to get this huge check and then we got about 70% of it because some of it went to taxes. Well, the money that you eventually got, what you netted out of that paycheck, that's really your money because you've already paid tax. That's the after-tax bucket. You've already paid tax on your paycheck. When you get a pension, if you get a pension, when you get a pension in retirement, you're going to get this amount, but you're going to really get this amount into your bank account because that's your net, because you're going to pay tax on it every single time before you can spend it. Also involved in there is short-term capital gains. If you invest in something, and you hold it as a value for less than a year and then you sell it and there's a gain to it, that money is going to be taxed. It's going to be after-tax money once you pay the tax, and you're going to pay income tax on that bucket. So that's taxable income, after-tax money. 12% of all retirement money is in the taxable income or the after-tax bucket. Bucket number 2, most of you will know this one, is the tax-deferred bucket. And watch this. 85% of all retirement money is in bucket number 2. That's your 4 plans, your 401k, your 403b, your 457, your 409s. There's all kind of 4 plans that are out there. The good news is they help you put away money, and you can put away a bunch of money and you don't have to pay tax when the money goes in. That's the good news, and that may be to your advantage. If you're in a really high income tax bracket, that could be to your advantage because you're saving the tax on, paying the tax on that now at a high income bracket. The bad news of that income tax deferred bucket is you're going to have to pay the tax on it in the future. I ask this all the time to people when we meet with them in person, when we do our workshops and our seminars and on TV and radio. Do you think taxes are going to be higher or lower in the future? And if you think they're going to be lower, you're the only person that I've ever run across that thinks they're going to be lower. So the good news is you've deferred the tax on it. The bad news is you've still got to pay the tax on it in what might be higher tax brackets. And the bad news is 85% of all retirement money is in that bucket. Now, the third bucket is what most people like. The third bucket is the tax-free bucket. That's your Roth IRAs. That's your muni bonds. That is savings bonds. That's some types of cash value life insurance. The tax has already been paid on that. It grew tax-free, and it comes out to you tax-free. The problem is if you add the 12% that's in the after-tax bucket and the 85% of retirement money that's in the tax deferred bucket, you've only got 3% of all the money that's out there for retirement right now is still saved in a Roth IRA that's tax-free. Here's the nice thing about a Roth IRA. It comes out tax-free. Here's the negative about a Roth IRA. You have to pay the tax now as the money goes in to the Roth IRA. So there's positives, there's negatives about every single one of these buckets. Here's your question. Where's your money right now? Is it in the after-tax bucket? That's pretty good. If it's in the deferred tax bucket, I hope you have a lot. And if it's in the tax-free bucket, that's really good because you're never going to have to pay the tax on it again. So you need to calculate, where's my money? How's it going to be taxed so that you know the punch that you're going to get or potentially get or not get from bucket number 3 when you begin to draw the money out in retirement. Now, there's 2 ways to adjust your buckets, okay? Let's call it that. The first way is, if you're still earning income, you can begin to put money in the right bucket. You can begin to strategize so that you can put money into the Roth IRA. You can begin to, and that means you've got to pay the tax on it now. You say, whoa, I'm in a high income tax bracket. Well, then go ahead and keep putting it into the tax deferred. Just know that the punch is going to be bigger when you begin to take it out in the end. So if you're still earning income, you're still working a job, you haven't retired yet, you're not drawing on your retirement savings, then you've got a choice as to where you put it. If you've already retired and you say, boy, I wish I'd have known about the Roths, I would have put more money into a Roth. There are still ways to get that money over into the Roth IRA. Now, here's the little kicker that I promise you that you're going to get in every single show as to how it can help you. There are ways. If you're all in those tax deferred buckets and you say, well, I wish I could have known, instead of crying about it, why don't you try to do something about it? You can actually convert some of the money, and yes, you still have to pay tax on it, but you can convert some of the money even in retirement into the Roth IRA. Even if you don't have one yet, even if you don't have any earned income, you can start a Roth IRA, go ahead and pay the taxes on it when we know the rates are lower, and get it over into that Roth IRA. There are strategies. There are lifelines, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, to minimize that punch so that it doesn't hit you as badly as it could. Hey, I hope you've gotten something today. I hope you've gained value today, and I hope you've enjoyed this. I would love for you to push the like button and let us know that you like what we're doing. I'd love for you to hit the subscribe. That'll let you know when we send out future shows, and you'll be able to watch them or save them and watch them at your convenience. If you need our help, you can go to info@𝗂𝐿𝑒𝑖𝑡ℎManagement.com. If you'd like to call us, you can call us at a toll-free number, 855-567-0933. We'll help you in any way we possibly can. But there are tax punches coming. It's just a matter of how severe do you want that tax punch to be. So until I see you again, I'm Tom Mosley, founder of Mosley Wealth Management. Every single show, I do my best to make sure that if you'll give me 8 to 10 minutes, I'll build your financial knowledge and I'll help you ease into retirement.